Hello, gamers of the Game Report. Today, a new champion was revealed to us right after the last one, Gnar. This was not very long later, which is pretty interesting that a new champion already arises. We were not expecting it at all. Um, so to basically go over this, I'm going to do an RP contest this video. So at the end of the video, there will be an RP giveaway. I'm going to be reading the page out to you and giving my opinion and my view of how his abilities will work and how strong it seems he will be, etc., and how he can be played. I'm going to go through this. If you guys don't want to hear me reading it, you can stop here at the video, but just know that Azir, the Emperor of the Sands, is coming out. So here we go. Let's get into it. Azir, whoops. Okay, so this is him. Azir, the Emperor of the Sands. He kind of looks like Gnosis, but not really. And then as well, this champion, for just the picture, reminds me of this champion that they said was coming out, something like SANDS Scourge, and then it got cancelled. So maybe it's that champion coming out finally. Maybe they've redone it and they finally think it's ready to come out. An oft-repeated legend stirs in the desert of Shuriman. The swirling sands carry rumors of the ancient Emperor Azir, somehow returned. Passive, Q, W, E, and R. All of his abilities are here. So, his passive. Will of the Emperor. Cooldown reduction increases Azir's attack speed. Azir raises a sun disk on the base of a destroyed turret. Enemy inhibitor and nexus turrets are immune to this effect. Azir's sun disk behaves like a turret except that it deals increased damage and grants Azir gold on minion or champion kills. The sun disk lasts for a short while, and if Azir is killed or moves too far away, it loses armor. What? Oh my god, what? Heimerdinger, please. Okay. Conquering Sands. Azir orders all sand soldiers to rush at target location. The soldiers damage and slow all enemies they smash through as they rush into the fray. Azir gains attack speed if the soldiers strike an enemy champion. So obviously it's like a skill shot, similar to I guess Gnar Q or Sivir Q. It goes through and slows all enemies they smash through, and he gains attack speed if he hits a champion, which is pretty cool. Seems like he's going to be an AD attack speed based champion based off of this and this. So two abilities that increase his attack speed. Azir summons an untargettable sand soldier, a memory of a Shuriman warrior from the ground. Azir uses his basic attack as a command, ordering soldiers to attack for him. Piercing through their target and dealing damage in a line, sand soldiers attack even if Azir himself isn't in basic attack range. The soldiers fade back to sand after a short while or when their emperor leaves them behind. So this would be similar to how you can make like any Tibbers attack a certain target when you're targeting, even if you're not in an auto attack range. It's basically you have a Tibbers, but probably not as strong and doesn't have an AoE damaging passive on it. So that's awesome too. This guy like controls shit and has a ton of attack speed, it seems. Alright, so his E. Azir feints, rushing to target sand soldier. What? If Azir collides with an enemy champion, he stops, knocking them up and gaining a shield. So you could send your soldier behind them and then E to it, and it would knock them up. So Damashian standard, like you could EQ them like Jarvan. Similar. Azir and then his alt. Emperor's Divide. Azir calls forth a phalanx of shield-wielding soldiers who press forward, knocking back and damaging enemies. When the soldiers finish their charge, they stand as a wall, blocking enemy champion movement and dashes. Allies can pass through the wall and gain a speed boost when they do. These soldiers cannot be ordered to move or attack. What? What? Wait. Azir who press forward, knocking back and damaging enemies. So this champion like is a heavy disengage ultimate because it blocks their movement and dashes. They can't get through this wall. It just builds terrain that your team can walk through. Do you know how great that would be in a team fight? Oh my god. Azir is a mage who summons Shuriman soldiers to control the battlefield and basic attack for him. The soldiers' piercing basic attacks furnish most of Azir's damage potential, making him an outlier amongst most amongst mages as a right-click focus champion. Azir's spells, on the other hand, manipulate his and his soldiers' positions to keep him safe and establish dangerous no-go zones for his enemies. Azir establishes shifting zones of power through soldier placement, gaining control of the lane and farming with their assistance. For instance, a soldier placed near the enemy's caster minions dares a lane opponent to harass or farm through the piercing sphere. When the opposing laner missteps, Azir commands the attack, repositioning soldiers with Conquering Sands to make the most out of the opportunity. Once a favorable trade or two unlocks kill potential, Azir utilizes Shifting Sands, that's the knockup, knocking the enemy champion up and setting himself up to compel a Conquering Sands and finish them off. So couldn't he put a soldier behind them, E to it, knock them up, then ultimate them into, let's say, their tower? You wouldn't be able to push this guy into his tower because he'd push you in under his turret like an Alistar, but way easier. This is interesting. This is a ranged Blitzcrank, a ranged Alistar combo to knock them under the tower all by himself when he has his ultimate. Okay. You wouldn't want to turret dive this guy either because he could knock you up and use soldiers and build terrain. It would be really hard to kill this guy. In theory. Not knowing everything, but in theory. When the ancient coin is flipped, a quick Arise and Shifting Sands rushes Azir out of danger. Add Azir's ultimate to the mix, and the Shuriman leader exercises even more zone control. To go for the kill, start off with Arise and Shifting Sands to position Azir behind his opponent. From there, Emperor's Divide drives the foe deep into Azir's side of the map. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. It's pushed so far into Azir's territory, the opposing champs sure to meet their end at a spear's tip. If offense proves temporarily unwise, Azir's ult provides safe passage from a fight, building a wall between Azir and his pursuers. This is almost like a Tristana ult, knocks people back, as well as builds a shield, builds a wall of terrain. This is like hella broken. Maybe you could 80 carry this guy, and he'd be so safe. Team fights, as in lane, as in team fights. Azir shines in battles tied to one physical location, where he can safely order his soldiers around and dispatch adversaries from afar. In that vein, Azir dominates Baron and Dragon fights, using his ultimate to lock enemy teams into or out of the pits. If team fights take a road trip, Azir must be judicious with Arise and Conquering Sands, moving his zone of control along with the combatants. Post-initiation, Azir is an expert at punishing uncoordinated enemies. Shifting Sands combined with Azir's ultimate separates enemy frontliner. You could listen insect people, like knock people into your team. This is crazy what you could do with this champion for now. Separates enemy frontliners from their damaging dealing dependents, dividing the enemy team for methodical conquering. With the baddies split, Azir charges his soldiers in for the kill, pumping out marksman level sustained damage until none challenge his rule. In jungle skirmishes, Azir sets up nasty ambushes with Conquering Sands, transforming convenient exits into spear-guarded gauntlets. Similarly, Emperor's Divide wholly closes a jungle entrance, sealing Azir's foes in with him. Trapped. There's surely short work for Azir, his soldiers, and their allies. If a fight goes south, Azir reliably disengages with his ultimate or beguiles baddies with Arise. And Shifting Sands spiriting himself over a jungle wall. Oh my god, you could. You could go over so many walls. He has a good... Wow. So yeah, it can be used to engage and knock someone up or to escape like a Jarvan EQ. Disc of the Sun doesn't raise a turret quick enough to be of much use in teamfights, but sieges are a different story. When attacking enemy inhibitors, Azir can resurrect their inner turret, trapping the enemy inside their crumbling base and making counter engages a dangerous proposition. That's incredibly broken. If you had Baron in that, oh, when Azir's base is under assault, Arise and Shifting Sands can help him jump the base wall and sneak around the siege to rebuild his own inner turret. Caught between the inhibitor turret and the sun disk, the enemy team can either scatter or be crushed. He works well with Yasuo because he knocks up or knocks back an entire enemy team. Sejuani because they could wombo combo the fucking ass. Oh, because the heavy CC as well on the enemy team with your soldiers would just destroy them. Sivir speed up with all your soldiers and you and the stuff you can do with the turrets and stuff. Pretty crazy. Ziggs wave clear and to work with his turrets. Casted in high mobility, obviously, it makes sense. Oh, he struggles against... Okay. Struggles against Ziggs, one of the hardest lane opponents for any mid laner in the game right now. Ziggs is the lane dominant bully that everyone knows and hates. Cassidon, of course, outscales and has so much freaking mobility and damage like him. As well, he takes reduced damage from AP, magic damage. Maokai would lock him down and cause him to basically do nothing, because he needs to be safe. That's what the whole point of this champ is. Okay, champion insights. What does it mean to be the Emperor? I'm not going to read this. I hope you guys really enjoyed Azir and are looking forward to it. I think that this champion has a lot of potential, a lot more than Gnar. I personally feel this is a more well-rounded champion and won't be too hard to play like Gnar. Gnar had issues with his like fury or rage or whatever it was. This champion doesn't have any of that. It just seems like he's going to play really safe, deal tons of damage, have soldiers to fight for him, be able to take over turrets. Like, the opportunities at hand with this champion is insane, and I think that this might be like a Darius in a sense of pretty strong when he first comes out. I hope you guys enjoyed and are looking forward to the next video of maybe gameplay of this champion. Don't forget to enter the RP contest at the end of the video. Thank you guys for all the likes and comments you leave in the comment section below. Thank you guys for subscribing if you're new to the channel, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.